Hi everyone, No Friendo here, and I wanted to do a quick unboxing of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD and also jump into some handheld gameplay. But before we get started, guys, into the video, and if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button with the bell turned on. That way you can get notified when I post another video. So as you can see here, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD has a very beautiful art style on the front cover of the case. I'm really enjoying this. How much it pops and just really stands out on the Switch case itself. Actually looks a lot better, I think, the original on the Wii. But as you can see here, Rebirth of the Legend. That's right, rebirth and remastered for the Nintendo Switch. Motion controls and also button-only controls. Thank goodness, man. I've been waiting for this for a lot of years. A lot of years. So let's crack this guy open. And let's take a look and see what comes inside the game case. Well, nothing but the game, but more artwork inside, which looks really cool. Awesome picture of Link there holding the Master Sword and the Hylian Shield. And there is a picture of the cartridge. So you guys can take a look and see what the cartridge looks like. Pretty bare bones, but that's okay. So as you can see here, here is the full box. Here is the full case. Really nice. Really enjoying this. I love that Nintendo went... you know, and just really made that artwork just pop on the Nintendo Switch case. But there's a close-up, maybe, of the cartridge itself. Kind of hard to focus in there, but there it is. So not too bad, not too bad. Let's pop this in the Nintendo Switch, and we'll get into some handheld gameplay. Now, the one thing that I like to show you guys before we get into the handheld gameplay is the game icon on the home screen. So as you can see there, the same as the front of the case, but really cool. Love it. Love it. So excited to jump into Skyward Sword HD finally on the Nintendo Switch. Let's do that. Alright, so this is a day that I've been waiting for quite some time, and I actually put on my Legend of Zelda Hori Joy-Con for this special occasion. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the Skyward Sword Joy-Cons as of yet, but I'll keep looking for them. Maybe one day I'll be able to find a pair and pick some up. But, man, I'll tell you what, guys, I've been looking forward to this HD remaster for a really long time. I was hoping back in the day when it released on the Nintendo Wii that when the Wii U came out, you know, we would get the HD treatment on the Wii U, and it never came, and it was a real bummer, you know. But the Wii U was a pretty bad failure. It really was. However, we did get Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD, so I thought, you know, maybe we'll see Skyward Sword, because if any of you guys know, watching some of my older videos that I did about Skyward Sword, you know, I talked about how I really never got into the Wii version, because at that point, when it was at the end of the Wii's life cycle, and I was tired of motion controls. I was just over it. I was moving on, and there was just... I was really into my PlayStation 3 at the time, the Xbox 360, and more of that traditional control style. But, you know, I thought maybe we would get it for the Wii U. You could use motion and then maybe use the Wii U Pro Controller, but it never came, and it was such a bummer. It was such a letdown. You know, like I said, we had the other two on there, the HD remasters, and I thought it's a perfect fit. But you know what? We finally have it. And what, it's been now 10 years since the original released on the Nintendo Wii. I think it released in 2011, so 10 years. And I guess better late than never. And, you know, the Nintendo Switch is a perfect platform for this game. You know, as you can see here, we're playing with button controls. You do have to use the right stick, you know, and flick it certain directions. It's a little, you know, getting used to for sure. And that free roaming camera is something to get used to as well. So keep that in mind, guys. You might pick up motion controls and enjoy it more because this game was built around motion controls. Nevertheless, this game is definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. It really feels like I'm jumping into another entry in the Legend of Zelda series that I've never played before, because like I said at the beginning of the video, I never got into the Wii because of motion controls. I just couldn't get into it. I was over it. I was done. And now that there's traditional controls for this game, it honestly feels like a new experience for me, and I'm really enjoying that. There's a lot of areas that I didn't explore yet. I maybe only put in a couple hours, maybe 2 hours at the most on the original on the Nintendo Wii. So there's a lot to explore for me, and I'm just ecstatic to jump into it. The graphics look amazing, and in handheld mode they look really good. You know, obviously the screen is 720p, but the game runs at 60 frames per second and a solid 60. It looks absolutely beautiful, and it has aged like a fine wine. It only has gotten better over time, and what Nintendo did in this remaster has done the game some absolute justice. And I can't say it enough. I can't stress it enough, guys. Definitely pick this up. It is well worth the $60. You know, maybe if you played a lot of the original on the Nintendo Wii and you know what's coming up, you know, maybe it's not worth the full 60 to do if you enjoyed it on the Nintendo Wii. But the quality of life improvements that we've seen with this version, you know, it does keep the value very high for me. So it's a good purchase. And one more thing that, you know, I think is absolutely amazing with this version of Skyward Sword HD is that it's portable. We can finally take it wherever we go. You know, I can play this game wherever I'm at, and that is the beauty of the Nintendo Switch. And being able to have this experience on my Nintendo Switch finally once and for all is just awesome. I'm really excited to jump into this full world and actually complete this game. I've completed probably every single Zelda game that's on the market. That's the mainline Zeldas. There's a couple that I didn't complete, you know, like on the Four Swords I never completed, Minish Cap I never completed, which I really want to. I have that on my 3DS. But anyway, I've completed every other one. I've completed the original, Zelda 2, you know, Link to the Past, you know, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. All those I've completed. And of course, one of my favorite games of all time, Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time. And loved every minute of them. So yeah, like I keep saying, guys, this is a no-brainer. This is a game that you definitely want to pick up and add to your Nintendo Switch library if you love The Legend of Zelda. There's a little, you know, a little learning to the controls, but once you figure it out, it just flows like butter. It just feels beautiful. So anyways, guys, I will let the rest of the footage roll. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys are new here and you guys love Legend of Zelda, make sure to hit that subscribe button with the bell turned on. And let me know down in the comments below if you're enjoying it. If you picked up Skyward Sword HD and if you're enjoying it, I'd love to hear from you. You know, and if you picked it up and you're not enjoying it so much, let's talk about it. Let's talk about The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD in the comments below. But guys, enjoy the rest of the footage, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.